Hi, everybody. Welcome to Make an Impact Monday. I am Lori Joy, the host of Lori Joy, Launch It Live with Lori Joy here in the group. And today I am here talking about my crazy husband. Now, he has been doing something for the past 14 years, which has become quite an obsession. And I want to talk to you about when I made the correlation between what he does every day and what I wasn't doing in my business and how everything started to click. Okay. So if you're here live, hashtag live, or if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, say hello. Don't be shy. Ask any questions. I have a number of funny stories to tell you. So settle in. Here we go. Now, one of the things that we love as entrepreneurs is diversity. We are multi-passionate people, right? We are multi-passionate. We have lots of things that we want to do. We have lots of things that we want to conquer. And we have lots of people that we want to help. And so what happens is being that multi-passionate person, we want and think we need to diversify and do all the things. Brooke O'Connor, so good to see you live. I love and miss you. I love and miss you. Okay, so hopefully I'm going to see you soon. Now, what we want to do is to settle our brains and kind of pick the one thing. So today, as I was welcoming the new ladies of Launch It Live Academy, I was reading from one of my favorite books. It's actually missing the cover. It's a very well-read book. It's Success Principles by Jack Canfield. And I was talking about today about simplicity and how we need to simplify our business and make it simple. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm going to see her soon. Make it simple. But being an entrepreneur is not easy. So being an entrepreneur is hard because there are a number of things that we have to keep intact, and there's a number of things that we have to do. And by the most part, when we first start out, we're doing it all by ourselves, right? So if you are a solopreneur and you are, doing things all by yourself right now, you can hands up in the comments and say that's me. And that's where I started. I was a solopreneur. I was, doing everything by myself. And it wasn't until recently that I started to follow this one tactic that has now allowed me to bring in more people to my business. So let me tell you what my husband has been doing every day for the past 14 years and what that's taught me about my business and what that can teach you about how to get your business to the next level, whatever that means for you. We all have differences. So my husband in university used to run. Okay, he was part of the track team. And so when he finished university, obviously, and finished competition and finished all of those things, hello, Shanita. What happened is he decided that he was going to start running again. Now, he had not run for quite some time. And if anybody is in here a runner, please let me know. I am not. It's one of the things I do not like to do. But he thought, okay. And he said to me, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to start running, and I'm going to run for 10 days straight. And I thought, well, good for you, right? Go out, do your thing, go running for 10 days. So the first day he goes out, he runs, yay, we celebrate, that's great. Second day, third day, fourth day, he gets to the 10th day. And I was like, that's amazing, way to go, good for you. And all of a sudden he says, what's going to happen now is, well, if I can run for 10 days, maybe I can run for 20. Excellent. Go out and run your 20 days. He does. Then the 20 days, he says, maybe I could run for 50. And then the 50 days turned into 100. And then the 100 days turned into a year. And he was going to run every day for a year. Now, in order for this run to count, it has to be a minimum of 5 kilometers. Okay, so we're here in Canada. I don't know how many miles that is. Sorry for my ladies in the States, right? Oh, right. Melissa had to quit. Her knees didn't like it. I hear you. Hi, Linda. Yeah, running's not my forte, but anyway, it's his. So what happens is the 10-day run turns into running for a year. And so what happens is we celebrate it at the end of the year. That's amazing because we in Canada, we have winter. So he was running through summer, he was running through fall, and then he was running through winter. Now, if anybody has ever experienced a Canadian winter, it is not a fun thing to be running through. Okay. Then the 1 year turned into, well, if I can run for 1 year, I can run for 2. And then the 2 year run into 3, 4, 5. And this year, my husband in December will celebrate running for 15 years straight, every day. He has run every single day for 15 years straight. He has not missed a day. So he has had the flu, he has run. He has twisted his ankle, he has run. I have given birth to my son, our son, he has run. Okay, so I'll tell you some funny stories in a minute. But what happened is he decided to do one thing. So he was just running. He was keeping it simple. He wasn't training for marathons. He wasn't adding in swimming and biking and doing triathlons. It was just one run. It was just one thing. And I remember sitting in my business for a long time, because I've been doing this for a long time, and thinking, okay, I'm going to do this one thing. And then I do it, and I was like, oh, but it didn't work. Okay, great. So obviously that's not for me. I'm going to do this other thing. And then, you do that and you have some marginal success and you think that's great. But then you see somebody else over here talking about something other, some other plan, some other tactic, some other strategy. And you think, okay, here I go. And it wasn't, ladies, until I started to implement the one thing into my business that everything changed. Everything changed because it was simple. It was one thing. My husband puts on his runners and a pair of shorts and whatever else he's running in, and it's simple. And he runs out the door. He goes. It doesn't matter where we are in the world. If we're on a cruise ship, he runs around the top of the cruise ship. If we're in port, he goes exploring and he runs in the new place. If I'm giving birth, he wants to get the run in. So whereas he should be, timing contractions, where is he? He's running around the parking lot of the house here, and he's trying to get the contractions. He actually wasn't timing the contractions. It's a good thing we live across the street from the hospital. That's all I'm going to say. But he simply puts on a pair of runners and he goes out the door and he does the one thing. What happens as entrepreneurs, we take on too many things. So tell me in the comments, if you are an entrepreneur, no judgment here, ladies. I have totally been there. If you've been the entrepreneur that has taken on many things, because I know I'm not the only one here, right? If you've taken on many things, what is that stalling you, or what is that preventing in terms of your progress for your business? Now, what I did is I used challenges and I used boot camps inside of my business, right? To motivate all of the people that were working in my business, all of my clients. We would have challenges and boot camps that really went nowhere, right? They were just there to have them. And they had all different kinds of themes, and they were uber successful, and they were a lot of fun. And it wasn't until I took the challenge model, the boot camp model, out of my business and put it as a lead generation system before my business that things changed. So in November of 2020, last year, right, just before my husband was going to celebrate doing his 14th year of running every day straight, I decided that for 2021, I was going to do one thing for the entire year. Think about this, ladies. Think about anything, any aspect of your life. Think about any aspect of your business. Right, Sharon? It prevents us from moving forward because that diversification, that squirrel syndrome, that context switching takes us in different aspects. When we are able to just get clear on the one thing you want to do, whether that's for your visibility strategy, whether that's for your nurture strategy, whether that's for your lead generation system, whatever it is that you choose. Obviously, I choose boot camps, and that's what I teach here in this particular group. When you start to switch to the one thing, you will see your business Diversify in ways that you never thought possible. Blow up in ways you never thought possible. Now, I am telling you this from experience, from watching what running every day for 14 years has done for my husband. Think about the mental toughness that it takes in the middle of a Canadian winter snowstorm to put on runners and clothing and go out and do the run, because you have to do the run, because you have to do the one thing, right? And what's happened is, you think about that. If we were to do one thing inside of our business for an entire year on repeat, stay focused, stay the course, stay the path, what would your business look like a year later? If you wanted to, right? I want to get better at drinking water. So if I have this beautiful jug, it's not around here, and it has all the times in the day marked off. So it looks overwhelming because it's a big jug, but it has 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., all the way to 7 p.m. And if you just drink this little bit and hit, every hour, then all of a sudden the jug is gone at the end of the day. It's the one thing. I could, drink that jug every day for a year. My skin would be better. My mental clarity would be better, right? Our whole body and everything, our brain function, everything would be better. So thinking about the one thing that you can do, keeping the simplicity, where will your business be in a year? My business coach says to me, hit the 1 million mark and then diversify. And when you are inside of my academy, or even when you're just here teaching and coaching and having, these moments with me here on Mondays in my free group, I'm always going to encourage you to do the one thing. Last week, I talked about this particular book, Jack Canfield book, right? And The One Thing by Gary Keller. Every year, at the beginning of the year, I read The One Thing. And this was actually part of my decision making last year in November. Last year in November, last year in 2020, I had read a book a month, right? I'm a voracious reader. I love reading. And if any of you are readers, let me know in the comments. I'll share some of my favorite books with you. But I read a book a year. And at the beginning of 2020, I read The One Thing. And I thought, I have to get focused. And this year, I am focused on the one thing for the year. And at the end of this year, I will do a live and I will tell you how my business has changed from January to December by just doing the one thing. And that's what I teach inside of the academy. I encourage my ladies to just stick to the one lead generation system that can attract your ideal clients, vet your clients, and lead them seamlessly to the sale. And that is running a boot camp. So when my husband celebrates his 15th year of running every day, right? I say to him, when is it going to stop? Like, are you going for a whole other year? And he's at the point now, right? Melissa, audiobooks keep me saying, I know, I love audiobooks as well. But there is something about having that book in my hand that I love too. I say to him, are you going to continue? And his reasoning is that, how can I stop? How can I stop doing what I'm doing right now and not continue? And I think about that in terms of your business. If you're doing one thing for an entire year and you come full circle to the end and your business has changed, has scaled, has elevated, has gone to the next level, has catapulted, would you be able to change as well? No. Why would you, right? Why would you? So I want you ladies to start to think about, what are all of the things that you're doing in your business? And today I really want to kind of give you permission to stop doing all the things. You don't have to be on all the platforms. You don't have to be posting all the time. You don't. You really don't. Now, I believed that because when I was coming into the entrepreneurial space and new to this online gig, that's what I thought, because that's what I heard. I heard repeatedly over and over and over again, post on your Facebook page 7 to 10 times a day. Get on stories 3 to 5 times a day, right? Do your Instagram reels 3 to 5 times a week. Go onto TikTok. I don't even have TikTok on my phone. Go onto TikTok and do all of the things. And it's overwhelming. And it's no wonder that us as entrepreneurs, right, gas out and give up because we're trying to do so many things and we can't sustain it, especially when you're just doing it yourself. So again, those of you that are solopreneurs and right now you're doing this gig by yourself, you can let me know in the comments, because it isn't until you scale and you're able to bring on, say, a launch VA or even a VA just to take some of those, mundane things off your plate, or you're able to hire your first part-time employee. What is that going to mean for you? What is that going to mean for you? But and again, I've done all the things. Here are some things that I've done in my business. I have created physical products. Okay. I love a good snail mail present, right? I love it. So I have created countdown to Christmas cards, right? So my previous business was serving moms, and so this is what I did. Part of it went to charity, and then part of it went obviously for the payment of the cards. So I've done those. You know where a lot of them are? Right here behind this door in my closet. Anybody want some Christmas cards countdown? Let me know and I'll send you some. I've also been a published author. Okay, so I'm a published author on Amazon. I did a workbook, and I did that, and I diversified through that. I've spoken on international and huge entrepreneurial stages, right? To kind of grow and think that was the way to do it. And then COVID hit, and no one is speaking on any stages live, right? So there was all of these things that I was chasing and doing, and those are just some of them, ladies. There's many more in my repertoire. So when I say and give you permission to stop doing all the things and just focus in on one, I'm speaking from experience, right? I'm speaking from experience. And I actually thought that I had to keep doing all of these things in order to stay relevant, prevalent, front of mind, right? And it's not true. It's not true. What I encourage you to do, okay, is to not pick up a pair of sneakers and maybe start running every day for 15 years. But if you want to, by all means. But start to choose the one thing that you want to do over and over and over again in your business in order for you to be successful. So today is the beginning of August, right? So if we were to start with our one thing this August of 2020, if we were to think 1 year later, August 2021, where could your business be if you just did the one thing? Now, I also want you to think about the one thing that you actually want and like to do. Now, I love teaching. I'm a professor and university teacher by trade. Teacher and university professor by trade. So I love it. I love coming here on Mondays live. I can't wait, right, to turn it on live and go. So this really speaks to me. This is something I love to do, which helps me stay having that continuity, right? That's what allows me to do that. What is something you love to do that you can implement in your business? What's a skill set that you have that you can implement in your business so that you can continue to serve your people on a regular basis, so that you can do the proverbial running every day for 14 years? What is that? What is that for you? What does that look like? Now, again, for me, and everything I talk to is the solution of where a profitable boot camp can take your business. So if you haven't heard me talk about the power of boot camps, jump into the guides in this particular group and go through it. It will blow your mind what a live boot camp can do for your business. So if you were to say, start those, that's a way for you to attract your ideal client and either bring them to your network marketing business or bring them to your program. What would your business look like if you had the strategy and the framework to do the boot camp lead generation system and do it continually until next year? If you came to me a year later and said, Lori, I did, 6, 7, 8 boot camps. over the last year, actually 8 is a lot, 6 is a lot. So say I did 4 or 5 boot camps and, they just didn't work out for me. I would be very surprised. I would be very surprised because, and if you want to know how we actually do it, stay in this particular group, because in the fall, I'll walk you through that process that I actually use for myself and that I teach my ladies inside of my academy in order to do it. If you want to expedite and get ahead of the curve, then reach out to me and book a call and get on a live call with me, and let's talk about what a boot camp can do for your business. So what I want to remind you is the one thing is powerful. I will talk about the one thing every day, all day, until the cows come home. So when I saw my husband applying this one thing to his life, right, and all of the mental toughness that has to come with it, right, and all of the get up and go, right, it's not easy, but it's simple. It's simple to run every day. You put on a pair of runners and you walk out the door and you do it. It's simple to run a business, right? A boot camp leading into your business, but it's not easy. No one ever says that this is easy work. If anybody is telling you being an entrepreneur is easy, they're blowing smoke up your arse, because it's not. That's why we have communities, right? That's why you should be building a community around your network marketing business or your program, so that you can nurture your people and help them through the process. When life comes up and things get hard, they need a community to come to. Be that person that provides that. So taking the one thing, whether it's in your health, your mental health, your wellness, your business, your family, your relationships, your money, whatever it is, if you can concentrate on the one thing and keep going and have the tenacity to keep showing up and keep doing it on repeat, your business, your wellness, your life, your finances, your relationships, whatever it is that you're applying the one thing to, will massively change. Give it time. Give it time. Allow it to grow to something beautiful, right? Allow it to take, my hearing, allow it to take the time to be something you want to be building. Allow people to find you. Allow people to depend on you. Allow people to be nurtured by you. Okay? So, not to say you have to go out and run for 14 years straight, but the one thing will change your business for the better. I look forward for you to announcing right here in the comments today, what's the one thing you're going to be doing in any aspect of your life or any aspect of your business that you can start applying right now, and make it simple. Make it easy for yourself. Don't go crazy and think I have to, again, do all the things. One thing on repeat for a length of time, and your business and your life will change. Thank you all very much for being here with me today. I look forward to seeing you next Monday at noon Eastern for another Make an Impact Monday. Take care, everybody.